Okay, kids, how are you? This is Mrs. Mansell. Hope everything is going well. We're going to start a new program this week called ReadWorks. It's a little bit like Ready Reading from last because there'll be articles and then there'll be follow-up activities and questions and comprehension. Fun stuff. Anyway, I'm going to walk it through with you and show you how to get on to your new account. First, you type in ReadWorks, and you're going to put in .org/student. And see there, it came up for me. Then I'm going to hit enter. And it comes up with this student login. Okay, so at this point, we have a class code. And you will put that class code right here. The class code, as you can see here, is GT2KFT. So you'll type that in where it says class code and then come on down to continue. Oops, guess I didn't enter it in. There we go. Continue. And then, oops, what comes up? All of our friends in our class. So we're going to find our name. Okay, so go on over to the bar and find your name. So here is Joe. And Joe is new in our class. And the password for Joe and for all of us at this point is 124. So you're going to type in, it's 1234. 1234. Now you have a chance later down here where you can change your password and make it whatever you'd like. Something easy to remember, but maybe difficult for somebody else to get into. Press continue. And then lo and behold, there comes Miss Mansell's Superheroes Online. So you'll see here the 2 articles that were assigned to you this week when it says assignments to do. So you can go to the first one. Let's take a peek at that. Finding Grandpa's house. So you'll see here, there's the article, and then there's a vocabulary, and then there's questions. We'll touch base on that in a moment. But what I did was I went ahead and put on audio along with this article so that you can follow along, a lot like we do in school. If I'm reading or somebody else is reading, you'll follow along with your finger, and you can do that here. Also, we want to encourage independent reading, so if you want to go through it the first time with the help of the audio, and then go ahead through it again for understanding by yourself and see how well you can do. So you go read the article, and I'm having a hard time trying to do this with holding the camera, actually holding my phone.
Are you still recording?
So it'll go through the article, read it, and read it a second time. You know, that's the best thing to do is read it twice. Then you can go back up and you'll find, well, actually, let me show you right over here. While you're reading the article, you might say, oh gosh, I'm losing track of my paragraphs. I'm not positive, and this is in paper, so we can't write on it. But you have this little helper right here, a backwards P. If you press that, it's going to go ahead and show you all the paragraph numbers. You know, I like to do that, so hopefully it's helpful for you too. So if I said, oh, can you tell me what paragraph 4 says? You can go right to paragraph 4. And there it is. And what is this? Shanti asked. She showed him a bunch of upside down bees on one of the maps, okay, or on one map. So you can do that. And then also there's some other things that we can play with that I'll show you in a moment. But meanwhile, let's go over to the vocabulary. And each article has 2 or 3 vocabulary words, and they provide the definitions down below. Again, forgive me because I'm trying to hold my camera. In this spot, You have the definitions. They're going to use them in sentences, so that'll help our understanding. And they'll show you the noun, and in this case, this word is a noun and a verb. But to help us read through this, we can also put on the audio. You see these little speakers. They come up and they'll help us read the sentence.
A spot, line, or other shape that can be seen on a surface.
Okay, that's a mark. And then here they put it in a sentence.
The wet glass left a mark on the table.
Isn't that awesome?
The wet glass left a mark on the table.
Oh wait, that's not awesome, the wet mark. But it's awesome that we can hear it. Anyway, you'll have that and you'll go through all of that information. And then here, after you read the article and the passage and then look at the vocabulary, you'll go here and you'll see the questions. There'll be 10 questions. And they all are questions that have answers inside the passage or inside the vocabulary portion. So, when we're reading, we always have the opportunity when we're doing our ready reading. We have our article that we've read, and then a page later or so, we have our graphic organizer or questions and think, pair, share, and things like that. Here, if you'd like, there's this little icon. So instead of turning back the pages, which we really don't have here, but we have this opportunity to put the article right next to the questions. So here's the article, and here are the questions. So it's a little easier to go back and look up answers that you may have forgotten. Meanwhile, you'll find the same thing with the vocabulary. So if you're going through and it says, oh, what does the word mark mean? Or here, let's see if we can't find one that uses. There's some in here there's a question in here that references the vocabulary. But meanwhile, you will go ahead and answer those questions using both the passage and the vocabulary information. And by getting both on the screen, by pressing that little button, it's super helpful for you. Okay. Then after you finish answering those questions, some of the questions you will be writing in full sentences, okay? 2 to 3 sentences for a paragraph. So you'll want to make sure that you'll have the correct capitalization, the punctuation, periods, question marks, etc. All of those good, fun things that we've learned before. Now we can put them to use. Okay, once that happens, you will go over here and press next, which will submit your little quiz. And then I will go ahead and correct it, and I will give you feedback on how well you did. And sometimes you might need to go back and correct something, and that's okay, or maybe improve on your sentence or two. Maybe correct the punctuation or put some capitals in for pronouns. But either way, you'll get some feedback on that. Hopefully you all get a 10 out of 10. And if you have any questions, just shout out in a chat and say, hey, Ms. Mansell, I need some more info on ReadWorks. And I will be happy to give it to you. But meanwhile, you know that I cannot do any live videos right now because I still have a loaner computer, which unfortunately isn't functioning fully to do video. But I do miss you, and I will try to make another video on my phone and download it to say hi and touch base tomorrow morning. Okay, guys, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.